Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dropkick the Commute. This is Monday, July 29th. And, you know, I have something very important to address.
Go ahead.
You know, I might be taking a risk by making this bold prediction, but thank you guys for 1,000 subs. I'm calling it. We're going to have 1,000 by the time this is out, so.
I hope so. I don't know. That's a bold prediction.
And if it, hey. And if we aren't at 1,000 subs by the time this is out, take your time with the episode.
Yeah, I'll release it a week from now.
No, if it's, do your regular fucking thing, but if it's not out and it's not 1,000 subs by then, I'll endure some kind of punishment.
Do you want to
get to pick?
Do you want to know the number at the time of recording?
Right now, what is it?
963.
I find it very hard to believe we're not going to be at 1,000 at this crazy rate that we're growing.
Oh my god, dude! Shout out to Okada. Okada, I would like to thank you for being, one might say, polarizing in the wrestling community.
I know. I didn't think that would be the one that popped off.
Hashtag thanks Okada. Wait, you don't think my TikToks are good? Just say it.
No. I don't think. I didn't think. No discredit to Okada or you. I don't know.
I would like to say I made that one in probably 20 minutes because I was like, oh, I need a TikTok for tomorrow. So that was a very last minute creation.
You know,
and I was
maybe
like,
you shouldn't be telling the people that.
No, it's fine. Keep viewing it.
Oh, okay.
Oh man,
also,
yeah, no, it's fucking crazy. That's been an insane weekend.
Yeah, just the weekend alone. Like, I was looking at the fucking. I was looking at the stats. Just like for the last 2 days.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa. I think we doubled our subs in the last 2 weeks or the last month.
It's true.
Y'all are crazy. Keep on cooking.
Real. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, drop kickers.
Thanks.
Do you know what today is, Galeer? Two very important things.
Today is Monday, July 29th.
And do you know what July 29th is the anniversary of? Two things.
The 20th anniversary of Baja Blast.
Yeah, of course, that's the most important.
Since when was Baja Blast around for 20 years? I don't remember it being there back when I started going.
Yeah, no, it's there.
I would have seen it.
I would have seen it.
I was putting ketchup on my quesarito, so maybe not.
That's insane.
Well, you know, I'm just a little
That's
different.
A crazy take.
I don't do that anymore. I was just like, oh, hot sauce, gross.
The second anniversary today, you should guess. It has to do with AEW.
It is the... can you give me another hint?
Collision.
It is not the anniversary of Collision.
It is not. Correct.
It is the... What? Dude, I don't fucking know.
It is
with the real world title.
Yes! It is the 1 year anniversary of CM Punk declaring that he is the real world champion.
Very interesting considering, too, that we kind of have a similar thing going on with the American Championship.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on if we see Ospreay with the international.
My favorite thing about the real world champion thing is okay, it could have been cool, but the whole time MJF just no-sold that it existed. He didn't once ever mention it. He was just like, yeah, okay. And CM Punk's like, I'm the real world champion, bruv. And no. So yeah, 1 year anniversary of the real world championship. One could say that CM Punk is the longest reigning champion in AEW.
Yeah, it's crazy because he never vacated it.
It's true.
He's still the champ.
Yeah, he walked out of AEW with that.
Yeah, I got to imagine. I really want to know what he thought about that whole gimmick.
It was probably, hey, TNT wants a championship for this show, and he's like, we don't have another, and he's like, well, guess we'll just have to do this.
Yeah, so I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
But really, I just we're not going to have MJF acknowledge this.
Yeah, he didn't acknowledge it once.
instead we're just gonna have him fight. Like, I wonder what the plan would have been going forward with this, you know?
Or if there even was a plan, who knows?
Yeah, that tends to be a common theme, is there's not a plan. But that is neither here nor there. Shout out to the Real World Championship. Shout out CM Punk going strong.
Longest reigning.
Yeah, a year. Over a year now.
Yeah.
Or I guess a year.
A year, yeah. This would be
if you count when he actually like what, Brawl Out?
Yeah, if you want to count Brawl Out, so, you know.
That's when he won
however long that it was.
Yeah.
So, speaking of world champions, I actually want to talk about TNA Impact. Galeer. Did you get Baja?
I got 2.
Oh my god.
One with my meal and then the free one.
Hell yeah, brother.
Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
It's okay. Yeah, instead I just acknowledged it even though you were trying to be polite.
Yeah. You know, and I feel like that's where we're at with this whole thing is like, I just be going places and if you hear me talk to someone, you're just kind of, okay.
Yeah, it's true. I want to talk about Impact because Nick Nemeth opened the show and he's like, hey, Moose is gone, thank God. I'm going to be a fighting champion. And, you know, classic babyface promo. And Mustafa Ali comes out. And he goes, this was the biggest screw job in Montreal history. I got screwed out of the X Division title. And, like, all this stuff. And Nick Nemeth's like, you screwed yourself, buddy. You just got beat. That's all. And he goes, no, no, no. Don't you say that. And he, like, gets all close to him. Nick Nemeth is like, take a step back, pal. Do not step one step closer to me. Or else. And, you know, they have a little back and forth. And Mustafa Ali's like, you know what? Since I got screwed out of the X Division, I'm coming for that title. And Nick Nemeth's like, okay, let's do it next week. So, yeah, that's pretty fire.
Yeah, dude. We're on, I would say on free TV, but it's not really
not
free.
Really, yeah. But that'll be a banger. I'm really excited for that. I'm excited to see what matches we get from Nick Nemeth with the title. I feel like we're going to get some bangers here, so.
Oh, yeah, dude. And that makes me wonder, did Dolph Ziggler and Mustafa Ali ever face off in AEW? Let's see. Or WWE, sorry.
In WWE?
I'm looking it up.
Yes. On a random episode of Raw, February 20th, 2023.
Yes. Oh, I remember. No, I don't.
The match is 3 minutes and 21 seconds long.
I think that tells you all you need to know about it.
Terrible.
Yeah, dude.
That's exciting that they actually get to, you know, have a real match
Mix
together.
It up. Have a real match that's good and not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I did hear about this. For context for the listeners, the only thing I was able to watch was Royal Rampage, and we had a lot since the last episode.
Yeah, we have a lot, but like not really at the same time.
Well, like if you think about it, like if you think about all the wrestling that we should be watching.
Yeah.
2 hours of TNA.
Yeah.
1 hour of Rampage.
Yeah.
2 hours of Collision, and then 1 hour of Battle of the Belts. That's 6 hours already. And then if you really want to go and count the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, that's another 5 hours. So that's 11 hours of wrestling in the span of 5 days.
13 hours.
And SmackDown.
SmackDown, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's a lot here.
Yeah, dude. I'm going to be real. I did not watch the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. But that also is because it was not promoted enough for me to remember that it was happening.
Yeah.
So
it was a little way. I didn't watch Battle of the Belts and I didn't watch the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. I heard it was good, but like, I don't know. I guess I don't care enough. So
they don't make you care enough. And
right.
Tony Khan was saying like, oh hey, maybe we should call it AEW Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Do you think that would help?
Well, at this point, he's killed. I won't say
he's killed Ring of Honor. No, he has. He turned it into AEW.
He turned it into Ring of Honor Dark.
Yeah.
And, you know, I watched this morning. I watched the clip of him announcing that he bought Ring of Honor, and everyone went crazy. I went crazy. I was watching that live, and he was like, you know, we have 2 guys in AEW that started in Ring of Honor that have some unfinished business, like Christopher Daniels and Bryan Danielson, and we could see that, like, he was like pitching all these dream matches that just don't happen because all the lower to mid card AEW people are on that show now.
Right.
You know, that's beside the point. I do like I watched their last pay-per-view and it was really good, and I heard Briscoe versus Roddy Strong was a really good match.
Yeah.
And you know, Athena is their women's champion, has been for the last like year, and she's fucking
where do I even watch it? Same as the other AEW pay-per-views, like Bleacher Report?
I think they do have it on there. They also have it on Honor Club, but Lord knows I'm not paying. It's like
I didn't even know
$10 a
Honor
month.
Club existed, so.
Yeah. I think it should just be... I don't know if calling it... If, like, branding it as AEW would help, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know what would help at this point, because I feel like it's like... It's like all wrestling. You can bring it back to a relevant, like, point. I don't think you can fully kill it off unless you just, like, stop airing it.
Right. I think he just has so many other issues, though. Like, Ring of Honor is just like, oh, that's another issue to add to the plate, you know? It's a whole thing. Anyway, enough about our AEW rant. Let's talk about SmackDown a little bit. I barely have any notes for SmackDown, I'm going to be honest. SmackDown was kind of, it was kind of meh this week, and it makes me sad, but we got the #1 contender gauntlet tag, and it was a banger. Street Profits look really strong in this. They survived for like 3 or 4 gauntlet phases, I want to say. But then obviously Jacob Fatu and Tonga Loa come out and they end up winning, so.
Yeah. I thought it was Tama Tonga. Wait, which one got injured?
Oh, no, you're right. It might have been Tama Tonga. Hold on.
One of the Tongans.
Am I dumb? It might have been Tama Tonga. It was Tama Tonga.
Anyways. They're winning those tag team championships, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah. They're going to take it right from DIY, which sucks.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good. It makes me sad. We barely got anything from DIY, and we barely got anything from the women's tag team champions either. Like, they both got these tag team championships, and nothing's happened with them, and it sucks. It makes me so sad.
Yeah. And, like, it feels like it was more for their moment of winning it than the actual, like, prestige of it.
Right.
And, like, defending it every week.
Yeah, it was for the moments, and at least, like, we got a few matches from Awesome Truth when they had them. You know? Like, I felt like they were actually defending them because they were kind of in a feud with A-Town Down Under, but they were actually defending them, like, multiple times. And, like, I feel like they should just still have them if they're just going to give it to DIY and not do anything with them, you know?
Yeah, I think I agree with that. And then also, on the women's side of things, it's like, literally, where have Alba Fire and Isla Dawn been?
Right.
You know?
They've showed up like 3 times, and it's only been in backstage segments.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, they won just so they could win in Scotland. You should have kept the belt on Jade and Bianca, because now they're, like, being featured in, like, 3-minute matches, if that, or little segments that don't really mean anything, because the tag team titles don't mean anything anymore.
Right.
And I think that also you have to lend that to the fact that Alba Fire and Isla Dawn had no build to them winning. They just, like, showed up.
Right.
I don't know. It's not a great look. Obviously, like, whatever, hand the titles over to the Samoans. They look more strong. You know, you also, like, you'll probably have that tag team match. Well, actually, I don't know when they're facing off.
They're facing off on SmackDown.
Is it at SummerSlam?
No, it's on SmackDown this Friday.
I was gonna say the only thing I could think of is you could use the Bloodline winning the tag team championships as like a swerve, and then get people thinking, oh, maybe Solo will win against Cody.
Which maybe that will still happen, but like, dude, I don't know. It's in a weird spot, and I'm not a fan of it. But Raw fucks. Raw's still great every week. But now
Yeah,
SmackDown's just like... Blah, blah, blah. I think SmackDown will genuinely get better once Roman comes back, obviously. I mean, think about how long the Bloodline carried SmackDown for, dude. Like...
Years.
Literally years. Yeah. And, you know... I think once he comes back and you have that feud between, like, old and new, I think it'll start to have some substance again. And then hopefully, like, when they have the focus on that feud, they'll be able to flesh out some of the other stories now. I feel like it's a jumbled mess right now.
Yeah, well, it's also like, we were so excited for Cody to finally finish the story. He finished the story. You know, things were looking okay with the AJ feud, and the Logan Paul match was alright, I guess.
I'm okay with him feuding with Solo. It's just...
No, like, I know, but he's, like, not there half the time, and when he is, he's getting his fucking shit rocked.
Yeah.
Like, I am all for suspending that disbelief and being like, oh, no, like, this isn't looking good for Cody. He might actually lose. But when you do it every week and you just, like, make him look terrible...
Yeah.
That's where I, like, start to lose interest, because it's like, okay.
Well,
like, obviously, where this is going, I know Cody's not going to win at SummerSlam, but at least, like... Or did I say... I know Cody's not going to lose.
Right.
But at least book him like that.
Well,
don't just, like...
In the defense, he got his shit rocked before Mania.
It's true. I think he likes being in that position, honestly, because it was the same in AEW. Like,
yeah,
he was always on the receiving end.
And he got his shit rocked by AJ, too, if you really want to go in that feud. Like, that was 2-3 weeks in a row that he got it fucked up by AJ, you know?
Like, I agree with it in the sense that, like, you build him as this guy that just, like, keeps coming back, and he's very emotional about it. He's like, I get knocked down and I keep getting back up.
Yeah.
But usually I feel like that's not, for the most part, how champions have been presented in the last, like, 5 to 10 years in WWE. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about it. But I think about, like, when Drew was champion.
Yeah.
And he was, like, a baby face that going up against, like, Brock, winning the title from him. But he wasn't getting fucking yeeted every week. He was, like, you know, winning matches.
Yeah, he was looking strong.
He was looking strong. Whereas Cody comes back and he's constantly he's getting shafted by Seth. He's wrestling with the torn pec. It's one of my favorite matches, by the way. And then, you know, then he's working his way back up. He's getting rocked by Roman. He's in that rivalry with Brock. He's getting his shit rocked there, and then he finally comes out on top in that last... Like, I don't know, it seems like for the most part, Cody has just been, like, getting fucking mollywopped.
Yeah, like, that's his character, is just, like, get shit on, and then he wins the match and looks strong.
And, like, I like it to a degree, but at least, like, have some...
variety.
Have a little bit more of a balance. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm too emotional about this, but
no,
like,
it's fair. It's a fair assessment. It's fair.
But yeah. I know it'll be a good match. I'm not.
Yeah, it'll be
aren't
good.
Excited for it. I am.
I am too. I think it'll be good, and I also think we're gonna get a Roman return after. If he doesn't return at SummerSlam, I don't know when he's gonna.
For someone who's gonna return at SummerSlam, they are name dropping him a lot.
Yeah, right. And especially we had the promo from Solo, and he's like, Roman, if you have a problem with it, come and fight me. Like, he literally said that. So,
well, I guess it's a good idea too, since the crowd is acknowledging that they want him back.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, usually we like forget, like we stop talking about him enough to forget about him, and then he'll come back.
Yeah.
So it's just funny.
It's gonna be crazy as Roman as a baby face and actually be successful. It's gonna be insane.
Dude, I can't wait.
I'm really excited
So
for
excited.
it.
I'm excited for... This is what I look forward to in SmackDown. Cody can go do his thing. Take him out of this storyline. Have him, like, defend the championship. Have him be over this bloodline shit. Like, you know, and then the bloodline shit is going to start getting good. We get the War Games match or some kind of bloodline Civil War Part 2, you know?
Yep.
It's like, it's time. Let's split them up. Because, again, you know, you have this big storyline. The Bloodline and Cody are two of the biggest attractions to SmackDown. But imagine if they're not in the same feud. Then, well, they weren't at one point.
Right.
You know, have that be that way again. And then it's like, oh, okay. Now we have two really, like, big star-studded programs on SmackDown that actually give the show some more substance.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for it.
You know what I'm not excited for?
What?
I'm not excited for the Bayley match.
Yeah, me neither, dude.
I want Nia to win, but I'm just sad about Bayley.
It sucks. Sure, her run has not been good, and it makes me sad. Because she deserves it. She deserves a good run.
It, her winning the Rumble was huge, and, like, her breaking off from Damage Control was huge, and her match with Io at WrestleMania was so good.
Yeah, it was incredible. And again, it's another thing. She got her moment, and then they didn't do anything with it. They tried to, but it didn't work.
And it's not even, like, a detriment to herself. Like, she's a great character.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great wrestler. She's not being booked like the champion she is, and that's a problem.
It is.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. So many championships changed hands at WrestleMania. And I sort of feel like two of their biggest ones, both their SmackDown ones, actually, their men's and their women's, just, like, aren't, in my opinion, being booked like the world champions that they have, like, scratched and clawed to become.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think it's a title change that needs to happen, and it'll be sad when it happens, but I think it needs to happen.
Yeah, for it to, like, feel substantial again.
We need a reset. I don't entirely like, too, that, like, I wouldn't care if Tiffany was roped into... I wouldn't care about Tiffany being roped into it if she wasn't, like, friends with Nia Jax, but I guess it does add another layer of, like, oh, she's gonna
turn on Nia at some point. Yeah.
But then also, like, Michin's, like, thrown into this, and they did that tag match, right? And that was the main event.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Tiffany's briefcase is all taped up, and it's very silly, and I love it. I'm glad they didn't just, like, get her a new one right away. It's, like, all taped up. It's got, like, pink and green tape on it. She was holding it. She's like, oh, my poor briefcase, and, like, all this stuff.
And I think the plan, too, is we're gonna get that bedazzled little briefcase.
Yeah, my thinking is, like, Nia's gonna win at SummerSlam, and she's gonna be wearing the crown and have the title, and she's gonna be like, well, I'm rich now, so here you go, Tiffany, best friend. And so I think she'll have it. She'll probably stick with Nia for a little bit longer and then eventually turn. That's my thought.
Again, that story of, like, the person with the briefcase following the champion around, I don't think is something that maybe we have seen before. I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, past Money in the Bank winners, but
yeah,
it's usually not, like, someone who's, like, with the champion. Yeah,
we'll see what happens with it. Let's hop over to AEW.
Oh.
Well, I feel like we gotta maybe we're gonna rant, but
hang on, let me crinkle some papers. Why is Darby getting booked like this?
I don't know. Darby Allin won the Royal Rampage. The winner of the Royal Rampage gets a world title shot at I was going to say Full Gear, but that's not true. At
Grand Slam.
Grand Slam. Why?
I didn't realize. Okay, so I didn't realize it was for Arthur Ashe.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really change a whole lot. I'm still confused, but I don't know. Does that just kind of like solidify that he's not going to win?
Yes! He's not going to win it all in. And if he does, fucking why? Why? Why are you this is the third time in a row. Why are you having them go for another title when they're in a feud for a title? Stop.
The only thing I will say that is impressive about any of this is that he wrestled Royal Rampage right after wrestling Blood and Guts.
No, it was 2 nights after Galeer.
Oh, it was a live Rampage?
No. But that's what they said on commentary.
Oh, I thought you were skamazing me.
No, I was being sarcastic. 2 nights ago. No, it was like 30 minutes ago.
I don't know. Give it to someone. Give it to someone who deserves a push. Like, they don't have to win it, but give it, like, showcase somebody. What happened to that?
Darby is obviously so over. He doesn't need it, and he's feuding for the TNT. If they want him to go for the World Championship, why are you having him go for the TNT? If this was the plan all along, why did you set this up with Jack Perry in the first place? It's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
It's stupid. They don't...
Again, also, stuff like that, too, I'm not really a fan. The Arthur Ashe show is in September, which, yeah, it isn't that far away, but it's far enough where it's like, I don't know, I don't care about this right now.
Yeah.
Like, make it like... I was under the impression it was going to be a match that happens before All In. And then I thought they were gonna use it as like some kind of story point for him and Jack Perry. Like Jack Perry like fucks up his championship match against Swerve, you know?
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case, and that's fine. But I don't know, why does it... I always hated the concept of like, they'll win this match and they'll get a title shot at a date that's like so far removed from where we are now.
Especially, like, they should be focusing on All In. Fucking tunnel vision to All In. At least for the consumers. Tunnel vision to All In for the consumers. Build your stuff on the side, like, behind the scenes. Say, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. Tunnel vision on All In. Because right now it's a mess. Still!
That's where we need to be, is like focused on that. That's what the people are getting ready for. That's what the wrestlers are getting ready for. I'm really just
I don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't get the booking. I'm trying to think of who was in the match. Like immediately I think it came down to him and Claudio, right?
Yeah, him and Claudio.
Dude, you could have had Claudio win that match, and it's like, okay,
oh, that would have went so hard.
Well, if Danielson becomes the champion at All In, which is looking like what's going to happen, then you have 2 BCC members face each other, and that's like a dream match.
Yeah.
Or even Claudio versus Swerve is a fucking killer match.
Yeah, that would be sick. And then you could have Swerve, like, win that match and be like, holy shit, like, Swerve is, you know.
Yeah.
He can
Look, I'm looking through the participants, man. Orange Cassidy, that would be a killer match.
All of the conglomeration was in there.
Yep.
All of Undisputed Kingdom was in there. Who else?
I'm looking. Brody King.
Brian Cage.
We already saw that one. Seen like Commander, Brandon Cutler, Nick Wayne. I mean, that could be a cool story if it was versus Swerve, because they have some history. You know, Kyle O'Reilly, Ishii, Jeff Jarrett. He's been like in his fucking emotional bag lately.
Yeah.
You know, Jay Lethal, Kip Sabian. Yeah, but the point being, though, there's some names that could use a considerable push, or just fucking, like... Dude, I don't get it. Just... I am not against pushing Darby Allin for a world title shot. I've wanted him to be world champion for so many years now, but, like, now is not the time. And now we know he's either going to be TNT champion and get into another championship feud, or we know, like, he's losing, you know?
Yeah.
And which sucks too, because they do like the casino battle royals very often, but the Royal Rampage is something they like try to promote a little bit more, usually around Blood and Guts time. Yeah. Last year it was a TNT title shot, I'm pretty sure, for All Out. Which is also like, why wouldn't it be for like, I guess All Out would be a week after, but it's just like, don't. Just don't.
Yeah. So also what you're telling me is Grand Slam is after 2 pay-per-views? Not 1, but 2?
Right.
That's crazy.
And that's a whole other thing. What they're probably going to do, too, is, like, AEW Dynamite Grand Slam, AEW Rampage Grand Slam, AEW Collision Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm all for that. And Grand Slam historically has delivered, too. Last year, I want to say it was last year's, was when Eddie Kingston won the Ring of Honor World title.
Yeah.
Might have been the year before, or was it this past year?
I think it was last year.
Oh, time's a flat circle. And then, like, 2022, I believe, was the Danielson Hangman match.
Yep.
And then 2021 was Danielson Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Or it might have been Kenny Omega Hangman.
One of them. Either way. Still a banger.
Yeah. Bangers. So they've never really missed with Grand Slam, because they recognize that it's like the big stadium in New York, and they understood the assignment.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't think this is the right move. And then we had Darby win that, and then immediately after were 2 squash matches in the span of like 10 minutes.
Literally, yeah, 10 minutes, 2 squash matches. I was like, okay, so the rest of the show's pointless, and it was. Like, so I don't know.
Who was winning in those squash matches?
Chris Statlander, and I don't remember what the second squash match was.
Well, it was a squash match, nonetheless.
It was. And then the main event, which was a tag match, I think.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Pissed me off. I was so sad.
I go in and pee.
Okay.
In the Taco Bell.
Okay.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay!
Are we moving on over to Coliseum?
Yeah, I was gonna say, so anyway, the end of Rampage was dog shit, but then Collision on Saturday. Collision was decent. I didn't think it was anything crazy, but it was a decent show. Open the match, we had Orange Cassidy versus Johnny TV. I really enjoyed this.
Are they tying this into the the Adult Swim thing?
Yeah, kinda. I guess Johnny TV attacked Willow and Orange like after their tag match and was like, I want a match on Collision, so like whatever. But yeah, it's tied into that. And Orange, we had Return of the Pockets. He did some pocket stuff, which was fun. I mean, nothing crazy to say about this. There was no highlights, but it was a good match. Nothing crazy. And then Johnny TV went to attack Orange after the match, and then Willow saved him. So yeah, kind of built into that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah. We had a funny ass backstage segment with Mark Briscoe. He's holding the Ring of Honor title, and he's like going off his shit. He's like going crazy how he does in his promos. And he goes, Kyle, hold my baby. And he hands the title to Kyle O'Reilly. He holds it like a baby. He like tosses it up in the air a little bit. He's like, woo, woo. And he goes, and you know what? And then he grabs his real baby. and brings it in, and he's just holding it. And this kid, dude, was just sitting there as Mark Briscoe is screaming next to this child's ear.
Not even phased. And you know what? It's probably because he's like, this is just like how Mark Briscoe is.
Yeah, he's probably just like that normally, dude. And he's holding the kid, and the kid's like shaking around, and he's like, he's just like, dude, completely
which is such
normal.
A risk. That's such a risk to take when you're on TV.
Yeah.
I'm glad it went well. When I look at Mark Briscoe, I'm like, he is not a father. But he is.
He is. He's a father.
He's got a bunch of other kids, too.
Yeah. He's probably a very good dad.
You know what? Yeah, I'm not saying he's not. I never got a real chance to comment on the conglomeration, but what a faction this is. And it's just like all these random dudes that have no like ties to each other.
Yeah, and that's the point of it too. It's like Orange's whole shtick, but a faction. The point of it is like, yeah, we're just a couple of dudes that hang out. If you want to come save me, you don't have to. It's like, do whatever you want. We don't care. Just don't be a dick. Yeah. Which is funny. But yeah, I really like the conglomeration. I think they're a fun little faction. Good stuff. Mark Briscoe's insane. He's just insane.
I heard his match with Project Strong really was killer. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to go and watch that.
On Honor Club.
Yeah, my favorite. Speaking of insane, my next note is Hologram is fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this match on Collision was better than the debut. It was crazy.
Yeah, dude.
With what's his name? Black Taurus?
Black Taurus, but he's the Beast Mortos.
Oh, the Beast Mortos, yeah. The Beast Mortos. Fucking crazy match.
Yeah, dude. I saw the clip where he was just fucking wrapping around Beast Mortos.
Yeah.
Like, head scissors. Then all of a sudden he's like underneath him, and then he's just like, he did it for like 5-10 seconds.
Yeah, he's just climbing him. Dude, the craziest thing to me is, so Hologram does this and Ricochet does this too, but when they like flip last second midair, how do you like defy physics? You like jump off the turnbuckle and then you flip while you're flying. Like, it's not like a flip off of the jump. It's they jump and then they flip midair. I'm like, how can you do that? How is that physically possible? But it's insane.
Only the best can do it.
It's crazy. It's so impressive.
I like how they've been building him up. They're clearly like, this is like a calculated push.
This is going to be the Collision guy.
You think so?
Yes.
I'm down for it.
I am also down for it.
They don't need.
We don't need a Collision guy. We need a Rampage guy.
Yeah, I
know. Because when I think Collision, I think FTR. I think, Orange Cassidy. I think. Who else do I think? Bryan Danielson. I think Bryan Danielson, like on Collision more than I think of him on Dynamite. You know, that's what I think anyway. I don't know.
Honestly, I think of like the Patriarchy and like
the Patriarchy. Bang, Bang, yeah, Bang Bang Gang. Yeah, those are like the Collision guys. You know, but Hologram's crazy. He's going to be a fucking insane addition to AEW. Hopefully, as long as he's booked well, just keep on booking him good. Keep putting on banger matches. He'll go somewhere.
Don't fucking drop the ball, TK.
I will cry.
Please.
I will cry.
I will cry. This is where we're going in a good direction.
Jericho had a backstage segment with Renee, and he's sitting back there, and he's like, "Oh, Suzuki broke my finger." And he's like, "He broke my finger, Renee. You know how hard it is to say hi, guy. Ow!" He like goes to wave, and he's like, "Ow!"
No,
so funny.
Jerry.
So he's sitting there, and he's like, "Suzuki, I don't know when we're gonna have a match again, but god damn it, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you." He's like saying all this stuff, and he's like, "He broke my finger. It hurts so bad," which was really funny. I enjoyed it. And then we had Lance Archer killing everybody the whole episode, and I have a problem with this. I'm gonna rant.
Rant. Talk your shit, dog.
Lance Archer appears, and he's just randomly attacking people, and he's like, He looks at the camera and goes, I'm coming for that American Championship. Will Ospreay, I want a match on Dynamite.
Okay.
Why? Why? Number one, why are you calling it the American Championship? MJF just changed it. It's not accepted. No one's accepting it.
It's a gimmick name. You don't have to use it.
It's a gimmicked name. He wants the American Championship, but instead of going directly for MJF, he's going for Will Ospreay.
I think the idea is to be like, oh, he was the champ before MJF, so like he can like basically cut the line if he beats Ospreay.
I guess.
But then you gotta think, like, is Ospreay gonna beat Lance Archer? Because that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, if Ospreay wins on Wednesday, okay, like, again, it's gonna be a banger match. It's gonna be good. Ospreay against a powerhouse. That's gonna be fire. It's gonna be cool to see. Ospreay's gonna be flying all over the place. I'm sure he's gonna get some hits in, and Lance Archer's just gonna stand there. And it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna be like, damn, that's sick.
And, well, what's probably gonna happen is, like, Ospreay is just gonna go over and then promo the match.
Yeah, and then MJF's gonna come out and beat the shit out of him or something.
Yeah.
But it's like, why? Why? There's no why. It's
again,
just, this is
also
happening.
We're just like, I don't know.
Everything in AEW right now, the way they're building story points is, hey, this is gonna happen. And everyone's like, whoa, okay.
Gimme.
All right, okay. But where's the why? There's no why. It's just, hey, this is gonna happen. Okay.
Well, here's the thing too. Like, we're getting in the right place. Lance Archer is a guy that has not been featured in a while. So yes, I would like to see more of him.
I would too.
In this way, I don't know. Like, I want to see more of him.
High key. I wonder if everyone, this is me hypothesizing, and there's no reports, no information to back this up. I'm speaking out of my ass here. But what it feels like is all the talent walking up to Tony Khan, being annoyed, and saying, why am I not being featured? Put me on TV. And Tony Khan's just like, okay. And he's just saying yes to everybody. You know?
I do think, to a degree, I think Tony Khan's just a people pleaser. And again, like, there's no doubt, like, this man needs to be studied. Like, he just wants to be everybody's friend.
Yeah.
And I love that. I also would want to be everybody's friend if I had a lot of money and ran a wrestling company. And I think that, again, is part of the detriment to Tony Khan's booking, because there is definitely, like, some politics to it.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if there wasn't.
Yeah.
Maybe there isn't. But my guess is that, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Like, Bryan Danielson said he doesn't want to win a world championship, and it's looking like that's what we're gonna get.
Right.
And I genuinely think, like, if that is the plan, I think it's just because Tony Khan feels like Danielson deserves it. I don't think it's like a people-pleasing thing necessarily. I think, like,
it's a him-pleasing thing. Like, he feels like it, so he's gonna do it, regardless of the outcome, or regardless of how everyone.
And I
feels
really just want to know if there are extra levels to, like, the booking process, or if it all just falls on him.
Yeah.
Because I think they would benefit. I think they would benefit strongly from having more of a writing team, because I don't think we really don't get an inside look at, like, how that is over there, you know?
Right.
I don't know who the writers are at AEW. I only know, like, you have your, like, producers like Dean Malenko and, like, Chris Hero and fucking whoever else. Like, I truly don't know what it looks like over there. As far as the outside can see, it looks like it's just Tony Khan.
Yeah.
So is he maybe perhaps just getting complained to and then being like, okay? Again, like I said, it's like, oh, Saraya was complaining that she wasn't booked. All of a sudden she's on the card, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, examples like that make me think that that's how this shit goes. Like, I feel like it cannot be coincidence when it happens so much.
Right.
But then it's like, you start running into the problem where it's like you give a whiny bratty kid what he wants when every time he asks for it, and then it's like they're gonna expect it.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you tell them no, it's like your entire world shatters, because it's like, I'm so used to getting what I want. I'm not calling any of the wrestlers greedy by any means, but if you create that like standard for like, oh, if you ask Tony Khan for a match, he's gonna give it to you. Like, I don't know. I do believe, like, there are a lot of the locker room there that are just like, we believe in Tony Khan. And, like, I believe in Tony Khan. I think he has some things he needs to, like, change about how he books and how he runs his business, personally. But I do think, like, I believe in him, and I know a lot of people there do. But I also, I'm so fucking nosy and just want to know, like, the people that, like, are, like, talking shit about
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
You know, because I guarantee you not everybody's happy there. That's, like, a guarantee, just because we've seen people express their unhappiness. And then, again, it's like the Commute thing. It was like, oh, people were talking about how she's been signed since the beginning of the year, and everyone started realizing, and then all of a sudden she shows up on Dynamite.
Yeah.
Like a week later. Like, that's crazy. Was that the plan? I don't know. Anyways, long-winded version of something that probably could have been a little shorter.
But yeah, no, I feel like it's worth saying, and I don't know, man. I just don't know. But we have SummerSlam coming up this weekend. We have...
Whoa, hang on.
What?
We can't gloss over Battle of the Belts 11 or whatever it is.
I didn't watch it.
I will highlight a few things from my my readings today.
Okay, lightning round.
Lightning round, and I'll be quick this time. There were like 3 eliminator matches at Battle of the Belts. The idea behind Battle of the Belts when it started was like, championships will be defended. And half of the matches, more than half, I'm pretty sure, were eliminator matches. There was, I want to say, a Toni Storm eliminator. I could be wrong. There was a Willow Nightingale CMLL, whatever, championship eliminator. And then I was just like, well, just put it on the line.
Yeah.
My problem with these matches, man. But that's beside the point. The highlight of that night, and the thing that I've seen everybody talking about, was the Von Erichs and Dustin Rhodes versus Undisputed Kingdom for the Ring of Honor Trios Championships.
Oh.
Yeah. I know what you're about to say.
What am I about to say?
Well, no, wait. What are you going to say?
I was going to say, ooh, did they win?
Oh. I heard, whoa.
No, I said, ooh.
The Von Erichs and Dustin Rhodes win.
Oh.
Against Undisputed Kingdom.
Okay.
Which I love, because I think it's the Von Erichs' first time winning tag team championship. It's very clear that, like, they're great wrestlers. It's very clear that there's a lot of trust put in them. And it's also great because this is the first time Dustin Rhodes has won a championship in AEW/Ring of Honor.
Are you kidding me?
This is his first championship in an AEW owned company.
Damn. Okay.
And he's been here since the beginning.
Yeah. That's...
But What I thought you were going to point out was, wait a sec. I thought the Ring of Honor titles were unified with the trios, the AEW Trios Championships. So I guess by the technicality, when they were vacated, that is when they ununified them from Ring of Honor, which I thought was kind of silly.
They all split again?
Yeah. But, like, it really was just those two championships when you think about it. So...
Wait, but they had...
They had the third belts, but it was just the acclaimed belt, like their version of belts, and then the original design.
Okay.
But I was like, huh? Like, I thought, what? Like, did we acknowledge this?
Interesting.
So, regardless, it was a very good win. It was in Texas. It was in Arlington, home of the Von Erichs. Kevin Von Erich was at ringside.
So they were vacated in the match?
They didn't vacate it in the match.
No. But they were fighting for the vacant Ring of Honor Trios Championships?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Nothing like the Von Erichs in Texas, though, winning that match.
Oh, yeah.
And Kevin Von Erich gets involved a little bit, using the claw. Shibata shows up for some reason, which confused me, but, you know, I won't ask too many questions. They had a very good, like, emotionally charged win, and then they, I think off the air, they did a promo, and where they, like, gifted the championships to their dad, which I thought was a nice touch.
That's cool.
Have you seen the Iron Claw?
Yes, I saw it in theaters.
Hell yeah, Sam.
And I cried after.
Dude,
it was an incredible movie.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my favorite movies, you know. I'm gonna say ever. It was very good. And
yeah,
it was cool to see, because I knew nothing about the Von Erichs, like, going into that. I knew a little bit, obviously, like, but it went into very good detail, and it seemed like it had a ton of care in that movie just about the story, and, you know, it was very emotional. It was very good.
I thought it was great too, because, like, it felt like it preserved, like, kayfabe as it was during that time.
Yeah.
Where, like, not everybody knew what was real and what wasn't.
Right.
And it was almost kind of like they were treating the whole thing like it was, like, not kayfabe.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So, anyways, little sidebar there, but great little win. That's why I wanted to highlight Battle of the Belts for the Eliminator matches, and the fact that the Von Erichs got a nice little championship win, and that the Ring of Honor championships are back into the rotation now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to watch some of those matches, because I did not watch any of it. So,
I mean, usually Battle of the Belts, there's really not much. When they first did it, like, the matches were worth watching. Now it's just kind of like, I honestly don't know what the point is. It could be part of the TV deal to, like, do an extra show like that once every few months.
Yeah.
But they've done 11 of them now, and I think once you got to, like, 4 or 5, I was like, oh, so this is what this is.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
You kind of knew what to expect, unfortunately. Yeah, we got a fucking jam-packed week ahead of us, too.
Yes,
wrestling.
Sir. We got Raw tonight. We got the Great American Bash Night 1 tomorrow. We got the SummerSlam kickoff, and then we have Smackdown, and then we have SummerSlam, dude.
That's true. We got a lot, and you're coming to the SummerSlam party.
No, I'm not. I cannot.
You could.
How?
I don't know. Figure it out.
I'll start walking.
Start walking right now. You'll probably get here in time.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right. Just miss the next week of work and just start walking. Maybe hitchhike.
Probably.
If I get kidnapped while I hitchhike, it's your fault.
That's on you.
No.
Hitchhiking is a choice.
Being street trash is a choice.
It's true.
Oh, man. Yeah, Galeer's having a SummerSlam party, so if you guys want, go to his house.
Yeah, my address is...
Write that down. Write that down. All right.
Oh.
I think that's it for
Thanks.
today.
Oh, thank you for listening to the episode. If you like what you hear, be sure to give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and go follow us on Spotify as well. Give us a rating on Spotify. You can
5
also give us money
stars.
if you'd like on our Ko-Fi.
Yes.
We're also on all the socials. We're on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and right here on the good old YouTube machine. So, you know, feel free to connect with us and tell us what you thought about the episode and what you think about all the shit going on right now in the wrestling world.
Hell yeah, brother.
That's all I got.
I'm Mufussy. This is Galeer, and we're
Dropkick the Commute.
beep beep.
Beep, beep. You have to say it with me. Why don't you say it with me?
Mufussy and Galeer, the kings of the ring. Oh boy.
Dropkick the Commute, shining bright in the night. Join the conversation.